Okay, folks, why I have you here, let me show you this, because this is a really good example. This is why it's a serious problem when you apply too much tar or coat. Here's an example here, right? So this is, if you can look and see the thickness, that's way too much product to have been applied. And what happens is, because it doesn't cure correctly, it doesn't dry fast enough, there's an extended period of time drying, so air gets behind. Now I want you to look and see. See how I can press that in? It's cracking right apart. You see that? Because it's not actually tacked or based into anything, right? Before that could happen, too much air got between the surface and it and created that type of pocket. So the reality of it is, right? Look at the amount of cracks where that has happened on this roof. There's a 0 chance to seal all of those cracks, right? So now what you've done, because you put essentially an extra shell on top of the roof surface, and because it's not adhered properly and there's space in between, it's now failing and cracking. When it rains, right, water gets through those cracks, and now you have water that's logged and storing in the space between the shell of this, over applied product and your actual roof surface. That's water, right, that normally would have run off correctly, or normally would have dried in a reasonable amount of time, which now, instead of running off correctly, is running down into a crack behind the shell on top of your roof surface. And because it's buried in there, imagine when that happens in July and we have temperatures 97 for 2 weeks straight with, torturous humidity. That water's not going anywhere. It's basically staying back there, logged in your roof. So the reality of it is we're going to go to those areas and try to, seal up as many of these big craters as possible. But when you go to that area and I can push it with my finger, right, and it's breaking off, doesn't make any sense just to slop in a bunch of muck there. It's just for show. We'll cover the eyesore, which is the crater there. It will. Is it going to seal that and prevent water from going behind it? Absolutely not. You're just basically, it's like, that's the problem. It's, once you get yourself in, there's no way to get out. Too much muck, too much silicone, all that kind of stuff. There's no real way to combat it except just to continue to apply more. It's like quicksand, a slippery slope.